Hey, this is Joel with American Giants. It's been a minute since I've done a video. I was working on a Bill Swan, kind of a memorial video for his life and his life story, including the Muffler Men. And just got inundated with normal work editing. So I'm going to shelve the Bill Swan story until the fall. And we're going to dive right into what's coming this summer. We have a lot of stuff happening with the American Giants Museum. I've got the 2026 schedule and some dates for a lot of you've been asking, when are we opening at the museum? We'll cover that. The Memorial Day weekend event, you all know it's kind of become a yearly thing. We did our grand opening in 2024, and then every year we do a big event on Memorial Day weekend, and normally Giants go up. In 2024, when we had the grand opening, I think something happened without us even trying to make it happen, but because it was the grand opening and there's a lot of interest out there in Muffler Men, and the Giants were going up, and specifically the Texaco Big Friend, which is really a very extremely rare giant, the first one that was fully restored. It naturally pulled in a lot of social media and YouTubers who do a lot of roadside attractions and Route 66 stuff, and also collectors, a lot of people who owned Giants. But we started getting this group of people together, like Mike Curtis, who does a lot of photography and has visited a lot more Giants than I have. Aaron Perry from Galena, Kansas, that has his own giant in store. He came up, I remember. Aaron Kuish, Viking in Galva, Illinois. He came down. Mike Taylor, the guy who makes the 3D prints, he was there. And then there was a lot of YouTubers. Offbeat Jimmy was there. My friend Greg Holmes, he was there. Valerie, who does such an amazing job with all kinds of quirky American attractions. It was just a really neat thing that we all came together. The Gemini Giant came in, and it was just one of those once-in-a-lifetime moments that we had that weekend. And I'm forgetting a few. There, a lot of others of you were there, and it was just fun. So we've tried to recreate that, and I'm hoping that 2026 with the Centennial can kind of be like that again. So all of you and any of you who do roadside attractions, and if we've chatted and even if we haven't, you're welcome to come. It's going to be a really fun weekend. I want to we'd like to recreate that ambience, that atmosphere, and of course we want to recreate the events as much as possible with putting up Giants, and it's going to be 2 this time and not just 1. So first of all, let's cover the hours in the American Giants Museum. I've gotten so many emails, and I apologize that I haven't had a rock-solid answer for you. Everyone's wondering, when are you opening? What are your new hours going to be? As you know, Lee Woods has purchased the American Giants Museum, so now I'm working directly with him on a lot of things. And he's not only purchased the museum, but he's purchased another building next to the hot dog guy that it's going to turn into a store eventually. So Lee's been super busy. So it's been a little bit chaotic and up in the air with the hours of the museum. We will be open in parts of April. I'm going to have to announce that on the Facebook page as we go forward, and we know for sure when someone will be there. But the safe answer is the first official day of opening the museum will be May 1st. And then you can count on somebody being there, and we'll post the hours and get all that to you. But there'll be some days before that in April that I will announce as I know for sure. We don't want people to show up there and then not be able to get in. Although keep in mind, you can show up there year round and still have a great time because there's a bunch of Giants outside where you can see them. I also want to mention John Binns and his Route 66 Centennial Convergence. This is a really cool event where he's basically doing a caravan that's going from Chicago all the way to the Santa Monica, and they're going to have like a big event there when they arrive. I think that's on the 30th of April, but they leave Chicago or start the trip on the 11th. So the next day on the 12th, I believe, is when he will be at the American Giants Museum. My good friend Mike Curtis, who I mentioned, he is going to travel there and open the museum and kind of be our ambassador collector. He's a really good friend of mine, knows a lot about muffler men. You can ask him anything and he's going to be able to tell you. He's going to open the place and host that event, and he'll be there on that day. So whether you're in the caravan or not, feel free to show up at the American Giants Museum on the 12th of April. It will be open and you'll be the first, some of the first, to see all the new stuff that we are putting in there. So Lee and I have had a lot of discussions about what's going to happen in 2026. Now we have really combined two people with a passion and a lot of giants. So you're really merging two collections in a sense, and we can pick and choose from each of our collections what goes in there. And up to this point, it's just been 100% American Giants collection. Now Lee is starting to add to it, and the guy's been busy. He's been on the road. He's recently purchased one of the large big boys. They made a few different versions, quite a few different versions of this guy. As far as sizes go, there's like a small one, like a 2 or 3 footer, and then there's the common like 6 footer that I have in the museum already, and then there's this large one that's like 12 feet or maybe bigger. But Lee just got one of those, and we thought it would be cool this year to put them in the museum side by side, and you really can get that comparison. So that just happened, just got installed. Some of the early people in April to visit the museum will be some of the first to see this, and just this weekend, it's been very busy there, and a lot of people have already gone through. He also got one of the big roosters, International Fiberglass, got the mold for these roosters from Bob Pruitt, who also made a bunch of them, but they continued to make the roosters. The white and red was the classic color, but they did a lot of custom colors as well with gold and different things. So I've always wanted one of these roosters there. Lee got one this winter in New Jersey from our buddies at Obnoxious Antiques. And so that is also now in the museum. And then in addition to those things, we're planning to bring in a bunch of other stuff that I've had in storage that I haven't displayed yet. So if you're coming for the Memorial Day weekend, 2026, that's when you're really going to get to see the most stuff, because we're going to put some stuff in that weekend and also in May. But there's already new things in the museum now. We're also working on the panels, all these new statues coming in. We're going to remove some of the ones that have been there for years, like the Uniroyal Gal leg. And we're going to put in some new things that you haven't seen before, and then we want to update all the panels. So really, in 2026, it's going to be an entirely new experience this year. We're going to welcome back some of our volunteers from years prior that open and operate the museum. And then as a big bonus, Lee's going to actually be there quite a bit this year, more than me. And so you'll get to meet him. Keep in mind, this guy has a massive collection and attraction in Hot Springs, Arkansas. So he's going to divvy up his time between the two. But you'll have a chance to talk to him. He's also very passionate about the Giants, knows a lot about them. So you'll get to meet him. He can give tours. The volunteers, of course, they know a ton about the Giants as well. My time in Atlanta is a little more limited, but I will be there at the end of May for Memorial Day weekend. I'm coming back 2 weeks later in June, and I'll be there for a long weekend as well. And then I hope to come back in September. I'm doing some speaking engagements in Illinois, and so I will be there a few times this year, and I love meeting you and seeing those of you who return and just talking all things Muffler Men as usual. As far as the big weekend in May, May 22nd, museum is open. It's Friday, going into the festivities. Lee will be there, as well as other social media people and Muffler Man fans and followers that will be arriving. So that will be a good day to visit. May 23, this is like the Atlanta, Illinois, Route 66. I don't know if we've named it yet. It's kind of going to be like a block party. They're going to do a car show. So that will be there. Lots of classic cars. I've seen that happen before in Atlanta. It's always fun. I think this one's going to be bigger. They are going to close the roads around the museum there, so you can, feel free to get pictures standing in the middle of the street. It's always a perk. And then May 24, this is a big day. I'll be there on hand with Regiant. They'll be up there again. Of course, Lee will be there and a lot of other people. Mike Taylor, Mike Curtis. They'll all be in town, hopefully. And we're going to put up the last 2 Giants. Well, I shouldn't say the last 2 because more could come, but we currently have slabs for a total of 5 out on the side yard and then the big friend on the other side. So the last 2 Giants that will be coming in will be put up on May 24, and you'll get to watch that. And the crane will come in just like we've done before. Hopefully it's a beautiful day. There'll be more events throughout the summer. We'll announce those as they come up. We'll keep ours updated as we know. And, always visit our American Giants page, American Giants Museum Facebook page, and then we have a website too, AmericanGiantsMuseum.com, and I do keep that updated pretty regularly. So please visit that for anything you need, where to stay, where to eat, what the hours are, and pictures of news and what's coming and what's going up. Keep an eye on that. So I'm super excited about 2026 and going back to Atlanta, Illinois. And now I want to spend the rest of this video talking about the 2 Giants that are coming up and a little bit of history behind them and why this is just going to make this year epic. One of the new arrivals will be an original Brave version from the tourist town of Bemidji, Minnesota. His story starts in the mid-1960s along with dozens of similar style Giants made, of course, by International Fiberglass in Venice, California. The purpose was to create large fiberglass attractions that businesses could use for advertising and to attract customers. The first one was a Paul Bunyan, and other versions followed, such as Cowboys and Snurds and the Braves and the Chiefs. The company took that original Paul Bunyan mold and made the variants to fit the needs of any business that wanted a giant. Many of the Braves and Chiefs were used by car dealerships such as Pontiac, while others were sold at trade conventions and ended up at many random businesses across the country. Founded in the late 1940s, Morrell's had already been in business a number of years when they obtained the Brave in the mid-1960s. In the early 80s, Morrell's moved to 301 Bemidji Ave when the old store was demolished to make room for new development. The Giant was moved with it and remained in that position for the next 43 years, right across the street from the famous Paul Bunyan. He came down on March 31st, 2025, and was transported by Regiant and has been stored in Illinois for the last year. In 2026, refurbishment started on him to get him ready to stand again. We decided instead of a full restoration to just repair some structural areas and badly fading parts of his face and head. We want to keep him looking vintage as he looked for so many years at Morrell's, so he's recognizable as the same Giant that was in Bemidji. But we also want to protect him from weather and make him structurally sound. He will arrive on May 24, along with the first spaceman that International Fiberglass ever made. The spacemen are well known because of their only survivor, the Gemini Giant in Wilmington, Illinois. Interestingly, the Gemini Giant was actually one of the last ones made. In total, about 4 of these versions were made that we know of. The first one made was for the Astro Oil Gas Company, which used him at a few of their stations in LA. The Giant had Bunyan-style boots and legs and held a large sign that said Astro Oil Company. The Giant was painted in gold with a blue helmet. Sadly, this Giant was in bad repair by the 1970s and eventually fell apart and was discarded. Lee has had a dream to create an exact replica of this first spaceman, and he will be set up alongside the Brave on May 24. For the first time in decades, visitors will once again be able to see this incredible version in all its original glory on display at the museum, and relive a glimpse of what it was like to see these giants back in the 1960s. So this coming Memorial Day weekend at the American Giants Museum is not going to be one you want to miss. I'm really excited to be there. I'm excited to watch these giants go up at the American Giants Museum. That little tiny town, Atlanta, Illinois, really big things are happening.